The Byzantine Empire is often thought of as a separate entity, but it was actually the continuation of the Roman Empire after the Western Roman Empire fell in 476 AD. While the western half of the empire crumbled due to invasions by Germanic tribes and internal instability, the eastern half, which would become known as the Byzantine Empire, thrived for nearly 1,000 more years. Byzantines themselves didn't see their empire as something new. They called it the Roman Empire and saw themselves as Romans. This shows the deep connection between the Byzantine and Roman worlds. However, while they retained Roman laws and traditions, the culture in the East gradually became more Greek in nature, reflecting the dominant language and customs of the region. Constantinople, now known as Istanbul, was the beating heart of the Byzantine Empire. It was strategically located on the crossroads of Europe and Asia, making it a key center for trade, diplomacy, and military operations. The city was originally known as Byzantium but was transformed by Emperor Constantine the Great in 330 AD into his new capital, renaming it after himself. Protected by massive walls and surrounded by water, Constantinople was nearly impossible to conquer for centuries. It boasted impressive architecture like the Hagia Sophia, one of the world's greatest cathedrals, and its harbors connected trade routes from the east and west. The wealth and power of the city were unparalleled in the medieval world, and it became the center of Byzantine politics, culture, and religion. During its time, the people of the empire never called themselves Byzantines. The name comes from Byzantium, the city that Constantinople replaced, and was used by later historians to distinguish the empire from the earlier, more unified Roman Empire. The people of the Byzantine Empire referred to themselves as Romans, Romaioi in Greek, even long after the fall of the Western Roman Empire. The term Byzantine Empire only came into use in the 16th century, centuries after the empire had collapsed. This distinction is important because it shows how the Byzantine Empire was always tied to the legacy of Rome, even if their culture and political system evolved over time. Emperor Justinian I 527 to 565 AD is one of the most well-known Byzantine emperors due to his ambitious projects and reforms. His reign was marked by a desire to restore the Roman Empire to its former glory. He reconquered large portions of the lost western territories, including parts of Italy, North Africa, and Spain. But Justinian's legacy is most remembered for his legal reforms. He created the Corpus Juris Civilis, or Justinian Code, a collection of laws that organized and reformed Roman law. This code influenced European legal systems for centuries and is seen as one of the foundations of modern law. During Justinian's reign, a devastating plague, later known as the Plague of Justinian, swept through the empire. This plague is considered one of the first recorded pandemics, killing millions of people and weakening the empire. It spread from Constantinople to the rest of the Byzantine territories, and historians believe it significantly hampered Justinian's ambitions to restore the full glory of the Roman Empire. The Byzantine Empire played a crucial role in the development and spread of Eastern Orthodox Christianity. The empire's religious life was deeply intertwined with politics, and the emperor was often seen as God's representative on earth. The schism between the Eastern Orthodox Church and the Roman Catholic Church in 1054 AD was a major event, with the Byzantine Empire championing the Eastern Orthodox faith, which still thrives today in many countries. While the Byzantine Empire was Roman in origin, over time it became heavily influenced by Greek culture. Greek became the official language of the empire by the 7th century, replacing Latin. Byzantine art, literature, and education were also based on Greek traditions, blending them with Roman and Christian ideas to create a unique cultural identity. The Theodosian walls, built in the 5th century, were a critical defense system that protected Constantinople for over 1,000 years. These walls were nearly impenetrable, with multiple layers of fortifications that repelled numerous invasions, including attempts by the Avars, Persians, and even the powerful Ottoman forces, who only succeeded in breaching them in 1453. The Byzantine Empire developed the theme system as a way to manage its vast territories and military. The empire was divided into military districts called themes, each governed by a general who was responsible for local defense and administration. This system allowed for more efficient governance and provided local militias, helping to maintain Byzantine control over a large and diverse empire. The Byzantine Empire was one of the wealthiest empires of its time, largely due to its position at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. Trade routes passed through Constantinople, bringing goods from Asia, Africa, and Europe. The city's markets were famous for their spices, silks, and gold, and Byzantine coins were widely accepted as currency throughout the Mediterranean. The empire faced numerous threats over the centuries, but one of the most significant events was the Fourth Crusade in 1204, when crusaders from Western Europe sacked Constantinople. This event severely weakened the Byzantine Empire, and it never fully recovered. The Crusaders established a Latin empire in Constantinople, and the Byzantines only regained the city in 1261. By the 15th century, the Byzantine Empire was reduced to little more than Constantinople and a few surrounding territories. In 1453, the Ottoman Turks, led by Sultan Mehmed II, laid siege to the city. Despite a heroic defense, the city's walls were finally breached, and Constantinople fell to the Ottomans, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire. This event is often considered the final chapter of the Middle Ages and the beginning of the modern era. Byzantine art, especially mosaics, was renowned for its beauty and craftsmanship. The empire produced stunning religious icons and mosaics that adorned churches and public buildings. These mosaics were typically made with small pieces of colored glass or stone and often depicted religious scenes, saints, and emperors. Byzantine art heavily influenced later Christian art in both Eastern and Western Europe. The Byzantine Empire left a profound legacy that continues to influence the modern world. It preserved and transmitted much of ancient Greek and Roman knowledge, especially in fields like law, philosophy, and science. The empire also played a key role in shaping Christian theology and church practices, particularly in the Eastern Orthodox Church. Even after its fall, Byzantine cultural and political influences persisted, especially in Eastern Europe and Russia.